If you've been paying attention to migration patterns lately, you've noticed something massive. While the media obsessed over Florida and Texas, South Carolina quietly became the hottest relocation destination in America. The Palmetto State's population surged by over 10% in the last decade, with Charleston, Greenville, and Myrtle Beach exploding. But here's what they don't tell you in those glossy brochures. After moving, thousands of families are discovering a harsh reality that costs them their savings, their peace of mind, and their Southern dream. What was supposed to be an affordable, fresh start has turned into a costly nightmare. Today, we're asking, WTF happened to South Carolina? And more importantly, what do you need to know before you pack your bags? Section 1. The Housing and Insurance Trap. Most people come here for one thing, affordable housing. In 2020, the median home price in Charleston was around $350,000. By early 2026, that number has leveled off, but it's still sitting near $475,000. That's a massive jump in just 6 years. But the real trap isn't the mortgage, it's the unhidden costs. South Carolina property taxes are low for owner-occupants, 4% assessment rate, but the insurance market is in shambles. In 2026, coastal homeowners are seeing premiums between $4,000 and $10,000 a year. Several major national insurers have stopped writing new policies in the Lowcountry entirely. Then there's the flood insurance wildcard. FEMA's Risk Rating 2.0 has redrawn the maps. Homes that were low risk 5 years ago are now hit with mandatory $2,000 annual premiums. You might find your dream home only to realize you can't afford to insure it. Section 2. Infrastructure collapse. South Carolina's infrastructure wasn't built for this. The state consistently ranks in the bottom 10 for road quality. As of 2026, SC has the 4th highest rate of traffic deaths per capita in the U.S. In Charleston, I-26 and I-526 are permanent parking lots. A 20-minute commute is now an hour. Why? Because the population exploded, but the roads didn't. Make matters worse, over 1,200 bridges in the state are currently classified as structurally deficient. You're literally driving on borrowed time. Section 3. The Weather and Humidity Tax. Newcomers think hurricanes only happen in Florida. Wrong. South Carolina is a magnet for Atlantic storms. But even if a Category 4 doesn't hit, the humidity tax will. We're talking 95-degree days with 90% humidity. This isn't just uncomfortable, it's destructive. In this climate, an AC unit that should last 20 years dies in 8. The salt air and moisture warp wood, rot siding, and trigger mold growth, a massive issue under the new 2025 Healthy Rental Housing Act we discussed in our last video. If you aren't spending $500 a year on dehumidifiers and specialized maintenance, your house is eating itself. Section 4. The Low-Wage Economy. South Carolina successfully attracted BMW, Boeing, and Volvo. Manufacturing is strong, but here's the reality check. Wages lag the national average by nearly 20%. The median household income is roughly $64,000, while the national median is closer to $78,000. If you're a teacher or healthcare worker, it's even worse. SC ranks 44th in teacher pay. You might move here for low taxes, but when you realize you have to pay annual personal property taxes on your vehicles, which can be $500 to $1,000 per car, those savings disappear fast. Section 5. Healthcare deserts. For retirees, this is the deal breaker. South Carolina ranks in the bottom quartile for healthcare access. Since 2020, multiple rural hospitals have closed, creating massive healthcare deserts. Even in cities like Greenville or Charleston, wait times for specialists can be 4 to 6 months. The state is facing a critical nursing shortage because the pay is so much higher just across the border in North Carolina and Georgia. Section 6. The Education Achievement Gap. If you have kids, listen up. SC consistently ranks in the bottom tier for K-12 education. While prestige areas like Mount Pleasant or Lexington have great schools, they come with a zip code premium on housing that negates your cost of living savings. If you don't live in a top-tier district, you're likely looking at expensive private school tuition to get the same education quality you had back north. Section 7. The hidden paradise costs. There are two things you'll pay for every single month: pests and lawns. Pests. This is the land of palmetto bugs, giant flying roaches, and Formosan termites. Termite protection is mandatory for your sanity and your home's resale value, costing upwards of $1,000 a year. Landscaping. Between the heat and the invasive weeds, a nice lawn is a full-time financial commitment. Expect to pay $300 a month just to keep the weeds from reclaiming your yard. Section 8. Cultural Southern Time. The slow pace of life sounds great until you need a plumber. Southern Time is real. Bureaucracy, repairs, and service move at a fraction of the speed of the Northeast or Midwest. For newcomers, this charm turns into frustration very quickly. And socially, South Carolinians are famously polite, but polite isn't the same as welcoming. Established social circles are deep and generational. Many transplants report feeling like outsiders even after 5 years of living here. Section 9. Weak consumer protections. South Carolina is a buyer beware state. We have some of the weakest consumer protection laws in the country. From shoddy new build construction to predatory contractors, you have very little legal recourse if you get ripped off. It's a right-to-work state, meaning worker protections are minimal. You have fewer rights here than in almost any other state in the Union. Section 10. The environmental reality. Finally, the beauty is under assault. Toxic algae blooms in the rivers, agricultural runoff in the lakes, and forever chemicals in the water supply are becoming major headlines in 2026. The natural paradise people are moving for is being paved over at a record pace, and the infrastructure can't handle the runoff, leading to sunny day flooding in streets that never used to hold water. Conclusion. So, WTF happened to South Carolina? It became a victim of its own success. The surge of people happened faster than the state could build roads, hospitals, or schools. Does this mean you shouldn't move here? Not necessarily. For some, the trade-off is worth it. But go in with your eyes open. Research the insurance costs, check the flood maps, and understand that the low-tax lifestyle comes with high-cost headaches. South Carolina isn't just sunshine and sweet tea. It's a complex, struggling, and rapidly changing state. Thanks for watching. If this honest look helped you, like and subscribe to Now State. If you live in South Carolina, tell us, what did we miss? What's the one thing you wish you knew before you moved? Let's talk in the comments.